Let's talk about Tankhead right there. Tankhead. Tankhead got locked up. And I'm going to do this video over separate. Tankhead got locked up at 15, 16 years old. He got locked up. He had a 3-9. He turned 3 years into 26 years being a blood. After 26 years in jail, he comes home. Me and Tankhead used to be on the phone for like a whole year straight. Until me and Agard had a fallout and I dissed Tank too. So to make a long story short, Tank been home for 2 years. He was fine. He got on YouTube for 1 month. Now he back in jail. He comes out on YouTube. See this lame right here? They call him Oh So Bossly. Feminine name. I don't know where you get it from, but this was Tankhead's downfall. Oh So Bossly, for those of y'all that don't know, it's no alleged. He was convicted. He knocks on the door of an 11-year-old child. 11-year-old child. Knock, knock. Who's there? Also Bossly. What do? He shoots the 11-year-old child through the door. According to him, he wasn't the one who shot the kid. It was his co-defendant that never got caught. But he was the one that told him, here he comes, shoot him. So, 11-year-old kid was shot through the door because of this dude. Now back to Tankhead. So Tankhead decides, instead of coming out on my platform because me and him had a fallout, he wanted to do it with a blood. Well, this blood just so happened that he should have never made it out of jail. When you talk about how Mel Cross fell from grace and CK fell from grace and everybody fell from grace, you should have never became homie. Not only should you have never became homie, but they was never supposed to let a child killer leave the penitentiary. Even though I think the young boy's still alive. Let me correct that. You was never supposed to make it out. But you made it out somehow. And Tankhead aligned himself with this dirty, decrepit bastard. And 2 years, you did 26 years in jail. He did 26 years in jail. And after 26 years in jail, you come home. 2 years in the streets. 1 month. 1 month. 1 month. On social media, he's back in jail. Facing a minimum of 7 years. Tankhead titled his platform, The Road to Redemption. Right? The Road to Redemption. He titled himself a goon. You get on social media. This is what Tankhead fucked up at. Somebody else ain't tell him. I'm going to tell him, well, it's too late. This is what Tankhead fucked up at. You come home from jail. You get on social media. You brag about cutting captains in jail, which he did. Tankhead was going to war in jail. He was in his own mind. He was fighting for something. I don't know what he was fighting for, but he was like you fought captains in jail, but you didn't fight the captain when they was locking you up with the gun. You let them catch you with the gun and lock you up with the gun. Then resisted arrest when you know where you was going in. So you decided to fight without the gun, so you could say you fought the police, but you let them take the gun. Am I making any sense? But anyway, you get locked up now. After 2 years in the street, you did 26 years in jail. Now you going back when you come home, and this is what the youth is supposed to look up to. When Tankhead was talking to me before he got on social media, he was talking about what? Christianity. Being forgiven. His pastor. But then he entered the dark side called YouTube. And the more he talked about the gory stories about whoever he cut and what he did in jail, he was egged on by the Sheikh team, right? So now you sitting up there, you in a small town you living in, even though I'm not sure if he got caught up there or in the city. But now you got a big audience watching you with all red on, looking like a stupid Power Ranger. If I'm blood, you're never going to catch me with anything that indicate that I'm blood, because the enemy ain't supposed to know what I'm rocking. You backwards ass niggas. Let me say that again for you slow ass niggas. If I'm rocking, especially being now New York is being ran by the Crips. Crips that took over New York. Shout out to the Crips, shout out to the Bloods, whatever. You running around with red on, looking like a stupid Power Ranger. You telling all your most thugged out stories, right? About what you did and how you did. You top goon. Police looking at your record. Tank was about that life in the streets. Ain't no exaggerating with him. He was getting busy in the streets. He was getting busy in jail. So now the police, all they got to do is put two and two together. So when we see the Red Power Ranger, you know what's going to happen when we see the Red Power Ranger? We're going to stop him and we're going to frisk him. Well, end of the story. You got a dude that did 26 years in jail. Now going back, and he's facing almost a decade, if he lucky. Road to redemption? No, you on a road to you on a road to self-destruction. And then I don't even understand, because one thing they didn't tell you when they sit up there and glorify Tank, before Tank had left jail, they washed him up. All them stories about everybody that he cut, they stomped him out, washed him up. You see, he got a fresh cut on his face. They wasn't playing with Tank. They aired him out. You know why? And I ain't saying this to make fun of the brother, because Tank is a real soldier and he does get busy. You know why? Because when you blood up north and in these streets, niggas is foul. Sit back and I want y'all to analyze. I want y'all to really analyze. Go back and watch some of the videos with Also Bossly talking about Mel Cross and how he fell from grace and all the rest of them. You talking about a decorated soldier like Mel Cross that put pain in jail, trying to pretty much fight oppression, because at some point in time, black people was going through oppression on Rikers Island in upstate with the Latin gangs. Shout out to the Latin Kings, or whatever the case may be, and all the Latin gangs out there, because I don't have no beef with nobody. But Mel Cross put it in. Then you got a little dusty, decrepit little nigga talking about how he fell from grace. How are you calling somebody out for falling for grace when you were despicable? You despicable to the community. You're despicable. Despicable. And this is the shit that niggas glorify. In jail, all of the top shotters, the top bloods that put the work in to make the UBN bloods blood, became food at some point in time. So what do that tell you about the blood sets? They're disloyal to each other. Let me tell you something. My little cousin called me on the phone yesterday. Right? He got washed up. He got washed up inside Rikers Island. Why? The homie said it on him because he told them rather,